What's up, YouTube? It's Ask the Young One with CreateHigherVibrations.com. Today I wanted to make a quick video and talk a little bit about being understood, because when you first start going, or when you first start realizing what you've been experiencing, and you start to realize the illusion, you're not gonna find a lot of people that understand you. A lot of people that are around you are not gonna understand the magnitude of the gaslighting, of the amount of abuse that you have actually experienced. And when you start to talk about these things to other people that have no ability to comprehend what you're actually telling them, it's going to kind of, that's why it has that reverse effect for a lot of people, and then it causes more damage because they're not understood. We're actually living in a time right now where things are starting to arise. This type of abuse, these types of people are starting to be seen. They're starting to be noticed. And that still doesn't mean that in this immediate time that the people around you are going to understand you, unless they've had firsthand experience themselves with a narcissist or with a sociopath or with similar types of trauma or similar types of abuse, or domestic violence, etc. People just aren't going to understand you, especially when they're used to seeing the persona and used to seeing this fakeness, this illusion that the narcissist will portray themselves as. And when a person hasn't experienced that firsthand, it's hard for them to understand what you are telling them that you experienced. So I wanted to just kind of explain a little bit, like from my perspective and how I go about it, and especially when I'm working with people. That's another thing that's extremely important. When you seek help from a therapist or a coach, you need to seek a therapist or a coach that has a deep understanding of where you're at and where you've been and the things that you have experienced. It's very important to be understood. One of the most dominating emotions for humans is to be seen. Humans in the psyche need to be seen and understood as people. It's a human nature thing. So it's very important, but you also have to understand that the people around you, if they haven't experienced it, they're not going to get it. They're not going to understand you. It's kind of like if it's like a cancer, someone that has cancer, if you've never experienced cancer in your family or seen someone or been around it, or you've experienced it personally, you're probably not going to understand what that person may be feeling or going through. You can always empathize with them and have compassion for them, but you won't be able to put yourself in their shoes because there's no experience to reference to. Now, other people that have experienced this narcissistic abuse will have reference points, and that's how they'll be able to understand you. And so it's highly important to understand that if you're early in the stages of it, or if you have a friend that is going through it, be there for them. I see a lot of people doing their own research because they have friends or relatives or children that are going through these relationships, and then they're trying to gain more education and knowledge, and so that they can understand what their relative or friend is going through. So if you have a friend that comes to you and says, hey, this is what I'm experiencing, this is what this person is doing to me, then it's highly, don't dismiss them, because with a narcissist, anything is possible. Anything. These people they're very vile, disgusting people. Vile, disgusting human beings. Absolutely disgusting. There is nothing pure about a narcissist. There's nothing pure. There's no pureness within these people. So when you have someone that is coming to you and they're telling you, I'm experiencing this and this is what it seems like, am I crazy? Like, be there for them. Look up yourself. If you care about your friend, educate yourself and try to be there for them. You might not be able to walk in their shoes and see through their eyes of what they've experienced, but you're going to be there for them in a lot better way than just dismissing it as if they're pushing it over the limit. This is a big problem in family court and with lawyers. Unfortunately, a lot of lawyers are narcissists, but the family court system is not there to protect anyone. They're completely ignorant to human emotion and human behavior. One of the things I experienced going through that was I learned that when it comes to family court, you are not allowed to be an emotional person. You are not allowed to have emotions. If you are, and you do have emotions, then something is wrong with you. That is a very ass backwards message to send to people. And I'm not sure where that comes from, other than the fact that it's a system in the matrix that is built to continue the cycles, because that is more or less like job security for them. The more dysfunctional people that they can continue coming through the system, the more jobs and the longer they'll have control over people, because obviously it's pretty obvious dysfunctional people raise dysfunctional kids to a point, unless that soul within that child is able to awaken and see the dysfunction and get away from the parent at some point. But in the meantime, there's still going to be a lot of things that a person goes through. So that's a whole nother video talking about that system and the ignorance of it. But this is more about when you're feeling like you're not understood. So if you feel like you're in a relationship with a narcissist, the best thing to do is probably reach out online, get online. There's a ton of groups on Facebook. I actually have a group myself. I can't promote it on here because I get stalked, being stalked by narcissists, and that's really like my safe haven. It's hard to even know if they're already even in there somehow, but I don't promote it on this channel because they do stalk everything that I put on here, and so it's I have to, once again, something else being controlled, whereas stalking is a crime, but yet it's promoted it's promoted in your court system by dysfunctional people. So that's another thing. But there are plenty of groups out there that are closed that you can join, and it's full of people, and it's growing by the numbers daily. All these groups are growing massively by the numbers daily of people that are experiencing this type of abuse. And so I would encourage you to reach out to one of the groups, try to join one of the groups. Pretty much Dana Morningstar on YouTube, she has a group. Angie Atkinson, I know, has a group. I'm not sure who else has a group, but I know there's a lot of other groups that aren't necessarily tied to YouTubers on social media. So if you want to be understood, you're going to have to reach out to the people that can understand you. And it helps a lot. It helps validate what you're experiencing, and there are some people that can help you that have been there and help guide you. So I wanted to put that out there and make a quick video and just talk about it. Kids are playing. So, but the main reason is because I know what it feels like to not be understood, and to have everyone around you not understand you, and it's hard, and sometimes you have to reach out to other people that are in different areas of the world, and they will help you, they will support you. And so I wanted to put that out there for people that are maybe looking up how to support someone, or if you're feeling like you're not understood because no one around you can see what's happening. Certainly reach out to these groups, because it's very important to get support, and it's going to help you in the long run. A lot of times you want to continue to grow, but you also want to be validated. You want to know that you're seen, and it's a good thing. A lot of people I see too are using YouTube as a support system through comments on different channels. Each other being there for each other. And that's another way to do it. But if you're actually on Facebook and you want to get into some other groups, I would certainly suggest to start reaching out to them, because It's not going to be easy to find someone in your immediate vicinity who understands what you're going through, especially if it's a family member or even a spouse who's, if you got a dysfunctional family and you got a dysfunctional spouse and you're starting to wake up, a lot of times they're not going to be able to see it, and they're not going to be able to give you the type of support that you need, and it's going to leave you in that cognitive dissonance, and it's going to take you longer to get out of it and take you longer to heal, because you're going to continue questioning yourself as long as you're going around people that don't understand what you are actually experiencing. So I hope this video helps. Just wanted to throw it out there. Yeah, and just try to be there. Again, it's really for people that don't understand, that have someone that's came to them and wants to understand. That would be amazing. The more knowledge people gain, the less these toxic, they're not even toxic. I mean, they're vile people, vile. And from what I experienced and continue to experience with them, I wouldn't wish this experience on anyone. And I've been through a lot of shit in my life, but this is the one I would not wish on nobody. And so it's important for us to raise our awareness, raise the knowledge, speak out and be there for people. So I hope this helps. Again, if anybody needs a coach or therapy or whatever you're looking for, make sure you get somebody that has been there, that understands you. And that's going to be a key to moving along and moving forward. So with that said, all my links are in the description, and I hope everybody has a great day. Namaste.